Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to Naval Ops Commander. Last time, I think we did 2 missions, right? And, yeah, I think that was pretty much the whole episode, was just those 2 missions. But today, I want to start off in the depot, trying to sell some old crap that we're not using anymore. Because we are very close to getting that Ticonderoga class, the blueprint. So we want to see what we can sell. We probably do not need these, and if we do need another one at some point, they're dirt cheap anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. We definitely don't need these old cruiser bridges. And what else? We got, oh, a lot of these for some reason sitting around. Yeah, we don't need those. And I think, yeah, we don't have any extra bridges now. We got, what about aft bridges? I bet we have some extra aft bridges that we don't need. Yeah, we have an old one of these that we don't need anymore. What else we got? We got one of these guys that we don't need anymore, and ooh, 3 of something else up here. Where are you? Oh yeah, why do we have 3 of those? Must have found a bunch in a mission or something. Get rid of those. This guy. Okay, cool. Launchers and elevators we'll hold on to just in case. Auxiliary. I bet there are some things in here that I'm never going to use, that I have extra sitting around of. Unless I already got rid of the old extra ones that I'm not going to use, which I might have already done. It looks like I've kind of already done that, yeah. Yep. Auxiliary and engines are 2 of the areas that I always go to if I need money to look and see if there's stuff I can get rid of. Because, like, I'm not gonna need old engines anymore, and whenever I need money, I pretty much always come here first because I know that engines can be worth quite a bit, so yeah, I didn't think we would have any extra engines. We have an extra Turbine 8, unavailable for purchase, but that's fine, we'll just hold on to those. No gas turbines right now. I don't think we have any extra hulls. I think I already got rid of any extra hulls that we had. Yeah. Aircraft, I would never sell back aircraft. Pre-built ships. Of course, this is where we're trying to get to, and we are just shy of the price. Now I mean, maybe we can get like 4,000 out of armament. Are there old guns we can sell? Did we already sell all of our old guns? Can we buy these? We can, but we don't need to. We are never going to use these guns. 28 centimeters. What other, are there more guns I can sell? Do we have more to sell? Ooh. Oh, we have a lot of these to sell. Here, let's sell all of these, and that's not a lot of money, but it adds up. So, sell one of those, and sell all 4 of these, and we got some of these guys in here. Nope, no, not that. This one, here we go. And then these guys. We are very close, we almost have this. There was another category up here, I saw we had like 12 extra guns or something, right? No? Was I just seeing things? I guess I was just seeing things. Now the game seems to have slowed down quite a bit in terms of frame rate and all that. Oh, there it goes. It's going back again. But yeah, here we go. Why weren't those there a second ago? They were gone for a minute there. 45 caliber. Are these available for purchase? They are. If the biggest ones are available for purchase, there's no reason for me to keep any of these smaller ones. No, we don't have any of those to get rid of. We do have a lot of these though, and we have enough to buy our Ticonderoga class, just like that. Just that easy. Okay. I was getting worried for a second there, and then I remembered that we didn't have, we hadn't looked at reselling guns yet. Ticonderoga class! Booyah! Let's get it, and let's just look at this detail screen one more time real quick here. Got a couple of little 5-inch guns, multi-purpose missile VLS, anti-sub-missile VLS, 20mm CIWS. There might be more than that on there, but I don't know. Let's go check it out. I'm curious to see how this thing looks. Let's see. Regular, we probably will end up scrapping it and just taking the parts, but before we do that, let's actually look at it and see what it looks like. We could even sell the hull that we get from this and make it a little bit of a pretty penny off of that. Okay, so it's like really bare bones, and we do have, it looks like, what is this, 7 gas turbines, it looks like? So that's kind of cool. Whoops. I want to pick this up and see... oh, okay, it does not tell me whether or not it can go on destroyers. We got some unique types of bridges. Cruiser forward type Gamma and cruiser aft type Gamma. This says Y, but that's Gamma in like, yeah, that's the... What's not conversion? Was conversion the right word for that? Translation? I don't know if translation... You guys know what I'm trying to get at here. But yeah. The gamma symbol, basically, lowercase gamma, looks like a Y, so that's why, yeah. Multi-purpose missile VLS, oh my goodness. Actually, we can do this faster, I think, because we can go in here. Oh yeah, see, we have 21 multi-purpose missile VLS and 6 anti-sub missile VLS. We have 4 20mm CIWS and 2 of those little 5-inch guns, and that's it. I wonder what kinds of fancy systems we get. ETS-1, Sonar 2, Radar 2, Autoload System 2, and Aegis System 1. This is the one that Gungaga kept saying was very valuable. Now I want to be able to do this. Here we go. Simultaneous lock-on, +2, vertical launch system missile, which can lock on to multiple targets. Am I just reading that weird vertical launch system missile? What? I don't know. Yeah, there's that. So that's kind of cool. And then let's see what it looks like in the dock, and then we'll go ahead and scrap it and use it for parts. See what we can get out of that. So yeah, that's I mean, I wasn't expecting much more than that. It's a missile cruiser. I mean, you know, it's gonna have missiles. Like, the deck is gonna be pretty clear as far as clutter and stuff. So I'll let the camera pan around to the side here so that we can see like the middle of the ship and the stern and everything. But yeah, pretty you know, pretty much what you expect. It looks like it has a built-in smokestack on that forward bridge there, which is kind of cool. Lots and lots and lots and lots of missiles. And yeah, so that is the Ticonderoga class cruiser. Now time to scrap it and use it for parts. Like so. Okay, now that we got that, one of the first things I want to do is, there's a little bit of discussion in the comments regarding those, like, those warhead, special warhead torpedoes or something. And I feel like those would be better served on the destroyer, because the cruiser, like, people were basically saying they're like nukes in torpedo form, which is awesome. And it might make either the destroyer or the cruiser relevant again. I feel like the cruiser might still be relevant, because it just has that little bit of extra armor over the destroyer. So, therefore, to make the destroyer more relevant and bring it back up to speed, let's go ahead and put the special warhead torpedo launcher on the destroyer, so that it is still usable. Now, what is this on the back that I have here? Anti-sub guided torpedoes. Oh, I want those for sure. How far? Oh boy. Uh-oh. I might have to make a little tiny sacrifice here. Let's do this. What do I have? What are these? Anti-sub guided torpedoes? Oh, I have lots of anti-sub guided torpedoes. That's fine. Oh yeah. No, that's not much of a sacrifice at all. That's worthwhile. Torpedoes. Let's see. Special warhead torpedoes. We only have 1, but we can have 5 barrels, 25,000 damage, 200 weight, and only 10 ammo. Now, what sucks about this is you don't really have a choice but to fire an entire salvo. So realistically, we can only use this twice, which kind of sucks. But, I mean, they gotta balance it somehow, right? I mean, like, for example, the cruise missile launchers in Warship Gunner 2, you only get 2 missiles per launcher, so, you know, they have to balance it out somehow. And it looks like that's kind of the same... Well, this game came first before Warship Gunner 2, so it looks like the cruise missiles followed the same kind of route as the special warhead torpedoes. And, you know, they're really, really powerful, but for that reason, you don't get to use them very much. But at least we have them on there. Next, what else can we do? Let's look at... let's look at the battleship and the battle carrier. And for that matter, the aircraft carrier as well. We got 6 of those anti-sub VLS. I want to put 2 on each of those ships. I might cut that out because that can just get a little repetitive and tedious. But let's go ahead and at least look at this here. We have anti-air missile VLS up there on the bow. And we have these anti-sub VLS here. So let's go ahead and put these on. Like so. Now I want to... Let's see. Can we do something... Go like this? Is that... Yeah, that doesn't look terrible. No, that looks fine right there. Okay, cool. So we have those on there now. And what else? Other than the missiles. Let's look at those multi-purpose missiles. And see what those are all about. Let's look at them in the depot menu. So that we can read up on the stats and whatnot. Armament and missiles. Multi-purpose missile VLS, 500 damage. Cool, can go on everything except carrier. Ooh, I'm wondering now if the sub-missiles can go on a carrier. Anti-ship, anti-land, anti-air missiles. Able to deal with all targets except submarines, which I kind of expected. They look decent, you know. Like it says, multi-purpose, you know. Although we found out that the anti-air missile VLS for some reason can hit, at the very least it can hit a runway. I didn't test it against other buildings, but we saw in a couple of missions where this thing was actually able to target a runway for some reason. So anti-sub missile VLS, oh, it can't go on the carrier. Ooh, does the carrier get any anti-sub missiles of its own in this game? That's brutal if you can't even put anti-sub VLS on a carrier. Ouch. Wow, okay. That makes things a little more difficult. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out putting the anti-sub missiles on the battle carrier, and then I'll bring you guys back for the cruiser so that we can kind of play with it a little bit. Maybe see if we have room to implement the new bridges or some of the new missiles, the Aegis system, things like that. So I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so the cruiser. Let's see what we can do with this guy. We do not have an awful lot of weight to play around with here, unfortunately, and that is going to be our main limiting factor, I think. But let's see what we can do. So first off, let's put on the Aegis system because this is going to have some weight value to it, I think. Yep. Next, let's put on... What did we used to have here? Oh, the anti-sub missiles, which now we have the better anti-sub missile. Well, not on this ship we don't. Never mind. That's fine. That's fine. I'm totally fine with having these on here. These are, I don't know why I took these off. I was thinking we had anti-sub missiles, but we didn't. I put 3 on the battle carrier, and I went back to the battleship and put the last remaining extra one that we had on it as well. Since we can't put them on the carrier, which is kind of unfortunate. Okay, here we go. I want to see missiles, multi-purpose missile. No, multi-purpose missile VLS. I swear, English is my first language. It just doesn't seem like it sometimes, but I promise it is. Anti-ship missile VLS. Yeah, we won't need those anymore because we have these guys. So we're gonna go like this, and how many can we actually put on here? Can we put like this many? Let's if we're gonna do this. That's probably good enough, right? I don't think we can put on another one. Yeah, no, not quite. But I mean, yeah, we got 5 missile launchers. What? It's like what? 32 missiles per thing, right? No, 16. So 16 times 5, we got 80 missiles. That's not bad. Yeah, that'll be good. And we got Aegis system too, so that'll help out. All right. Cool. I don't think the Aegis system will help with the new anti-sub missiles because they're not guided, but maybe. I don't know. We'll find out when we get to use them eventually. As for bridges, the fancy bridges, I don't know. Let's take a look. Well, let's go to the depot real quick via this menu and just look at the stats on them, because we never actually saw the stats on those bridges. So let's, there it is. Forward type Y or Gamma, and forward bridge for cruisers, raise surge. Oh, so the description is still the same. Doesn't tell us much. I don't know if that is actually a smokestack that like is functional as a smokestack or not, but in any case, the bridge is very, very, very wide, which could be difficult to design with. Let's look at the aft bridge right here. So 6 radar, 3 sonar. I don't know which one we're using right now. These, by the way, have a lot more control. 5 and 2, 3 and 1. So, are we using 6 or are we using 5? Boy, I hope we're using 6, because 6 is a lot better than 5 in terms of radar and sonar. And what about these guys here? So, a lot more control, again, as we said. I think it's 6 and 3 radar and sonar? 6 and 4, okay. Are we using 6? I think we're using the forward 6, which is 5 and 1. 5 and 2. So we might be using 5. 5 actually seems to be just a little bit better than 6, but I don't remember what we have. So we want forward type 5 and aft type 6. Forward 5, aft 6. So that's what we have. I'm curious, though. I want to see, just for curiosity's sake, and this is very highly temporary, so don't freak out. I'm just curious, does this have a smokestack? It looks like it does have a functional smokestack. Oh, this could be good, then. It might be worth moving some things around, if we can. Oh, what the... Yeah, sure. Why not? If it works, it works. I don't care. Why not, right? It seems like a weird place for those to go, but whatever. If it works, then sure. I'll take it. Let's put these here. And let's go like this, that we can still have the same amount of missiles. Let's take you off. Whoopsies, not that. Like this, there we go. And then let's, can we move you guys back up here or something? Like there, sure. Aft bridge, Gamma, oh dear. Oh boy. Okay, let's remove you for now, and you. And let's move you forward as much as we can, hopefully. In fact, we might even need to like shift everything up here forward quite a bit, make room for this. Like so. These machine guns gotta move up as well. And the high angles, like this, and these machine guns, like this, these anti-sub missiles, and bridge, and then the aft bridge hopefully will fit back in. No, we gotta move these up as well. I know it's not that the hull is too narrow or anything, because this is the exact hull that these bridges came on, so... I know it's not a matter of the hull being too narrow, it's just there's too much other stuff in the way. Here we go. Cool. And let's actually try to, again, shift everything back as much as we can, just for the sake of keeping stuff condensed. Though I want to leave room for the torpedoes, so how far can we go out and back? No? Okay. Yeah, I would like to have my oxygen torpedoes back on here again, if I could. Which might mean sacrificing some machine guns. Let's see if that gives me enough room to put those back on there. Nope, not these ones. We got these guys are good. Yeah, that works. So we lost some machine guns, but overall, I'm happy with that. Can we like buff these outwards a little bit more? I guess not, and I'm gonna assume even if we move these guys back, I don't think the bridge is gonna be able to go back much more, but maybe just a little. Then we can bring all this stuff back so our VP is not quite so crazy. And it's not gonna be much of a difference, but you know, every little bit helps. Speaking of moving things, we have to move these guys as well. Or maybe not. Okay. Nope, not you. You will go right there, and it looks like that's about as good as things are gonna get. But we got new bridges with really, really good stats. We got new missiles, a new system, and we only lost like a couple torpedoes. Actually, we didn't, because we still have these ones back here. I forgot about these. So we didn't lose any torpedoes or anti-sub weapons, and we have all we really lost out of that was machine guns. And yeah. Oh, hey, while I'm thinking about it, we can go ahead and do this too. Exchange for 40mm machine guns, 4 barrels, and this will cost 220. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Now we have 40mm machine guns. Now those are up to date as well. Cool. So that's the new cruiser, using salvaged parts from the Ticonderoga class, which is pretty sweet. And there she be. So that's our new cruiser. So that was a pretty productive purchase, if I do say so myself. We got a lot of new and very good stuff, which is always nice to see. Oh, the last thing that we didn't get to check on might result in a slightly long episode, but I do want to look at the gas turbine situation for the destroyer. I'm glad I remembered that, but it might make the episode a tiny bit long. I never promised that I would stick strictly to the 22 to 24 minute rule. That's like what I like to shoot for, but I mean, you know, stuff comes up. So gas turbines, they do fit on the destroyer, or they can go on the destroyer at least. As far as how they actually fit, well, that's the center line, so can we go like this? No. Can we... I mean, we can probably do 3 wide, I would assume. These do not quite fit between the guns, and I don't think I can actually make these... Nope, they can't go wider. Gas turbine 1. So let's see how we do. I forgot to check the speed before I started playing with all this. But how are we doing here? Well, we got 6 of them, and we're only doing 32 knots, which I know for a fact is slower than what we were doing before. I don't know how much slower, but it's absolutely slower. So, well, we tried. Go ahead and abort that. Looking back on it, though, it is pretty impressive to me that the Ticonderoga class pre-built ship was actually going as fast as it was, having only 7 of those things and being as heavy as the ship was. But, you know, different ships work differently, different ways. So that, I think, will just about do it for this episode of Naval Ops Commander. We got a lot of designing and upgrading done, and next time we'll be getting back into missions again. So thank you guys very much for watching this episode of Naval Ops Commander. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I hope to see you all in the next one.